Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and I want to talk about the Deadbeat Dungeon Master. All right, so why are we talking about this? Well, we are talking about this. We're talking about the Deadbeat Dungeon Master because of the new film that's coming out, which is called Bookworm. And Bookworm is an interesting film. Currently, you can't see it. It's only you can only watch the trailer, but the trailer gives you the gist of the film. So it's a very intelligent young girl who is considered a bookworm, and she prefers books to almost any other activity. She reads voraciously, and she has a father and a mother. Well, though, I think like most children today, I think most children are. I think it's extremely rare for a child to have a mother and a father who love each other and live in the same home. I think it happens extremely rarely today. I don't see it very much anymore. It's very uncommon, right? And it's increasingly uncommon, right? So she has the regular situation where she has a mom who takes care of her, and she has a deadbeat dad. She has a dad who works in America. I think she's in some other country, right? She speaks English, and they make it clear that her dad returns to her after 10 years. She hasn't seen him in 10 years, right? And so he fathered her, and then he went off and did whatever he was going to do, which is extremely common today. That's pretty much the traditional family. Deadbeat dad is now the traditional family, right? Yeah, I think that, right. Tell me if I'm wrong. As I understand it now and what I see in society, the traditional family is now a mother who cares for daughter or son, or a number of daughters and sons, and those daughters and sons don't need to necessarily have the same father, right? And then the father's gone, just doesn't spend any time, and it really isn't connected to that family. That is the traditional family now. From what I've seen, that's the case. From every Hollywood movie I watch now, that's the case, right? So, deadbeat dad is the traditional position for a father in most Hollywood fare today, and I think by the numbers, that's the shape of the family now. If you think I'm wrong about that, let me know. I'd love to hear it, right? But I'm pretty sure from the math and from what I've seen in IRL and from Hollywood's portrayal, that's where we are now, right? So there's this deadbeat dad, right? And he comes back and he's like, "I'll take you on an adventure, and the two of us are going to do a thing," right? But it brought up the question to me, what about the deadbeat dungeon master? Are there deadbeat dungeon masters, and are you a deadbeat dungeon master? Now the good thing is I am not a deadbeat dungeon master. Um, I have finished all of the campaigns I have started. I have never abandoned a campaign, never, not once. I've completed everything I ever started, right? And now how do I do that? Well, I keep my campaigns between 2 months and 9 months long, right? Now I do not announce that at the beginning of the. I don't announce the duration of a. Actually, I have done that. I have announced the duration of a specific. I have done that. Now that I think about it, I have absolutely announced the duration um, of a campaign. But what makes you a deadbeat dungeon master? Well, I can tell you right now, if you've ever started a campaign and that went longer than 4 months and then you didn't finish it, right? You are a deadbeat dungeon master, right? I think it's important that you understand that. Is that good? Is that bad? That's bad. It sucks. You're a terrible person, in my humble opinion. Fatherhood, you should finish what you start. Dungeon mastering, you should finish what you start. And if you don't, you're a deadbeat dungeon master. Now, if you are a deadbeat dungeon master, it doesn't mean you have no value as a human. It just means you're a bad human, right? Like, and you need to recognize that, and and you need to fix it, right? So how do you fix it? You gather as many players as will come, and you finish it in one session. It's not ideal, it's not perfect, right? It's really not the best possible ending, but it is an ending, and it's important. So if you are a deadbeat dungeon master, first look yourself in the mirror and say, I am a deadbeat dungeon master. Then reach out to every single player, say, I'm sorry, There was no excuse for this. I'm a deadbeat dungeon master. And then say, but I'm finishing it last Saturday of this month. We're all getting together. It's going to be a 2-hour session. And at the end of that session, every thread that was remaining for your character will be resolved. And then I promise you, I will never start another campaign that I won't finish. I'm never going to deadbeat dungeon master you again. That's the way to handle it, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.